my dudes, my buddies, my G's, Ian Taylor here, and we are back with another reaction video. Today, we are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen, and not just because it's my birthday. No, not because of that at all. No, we are in for a treat because I will be delving into the tale of Jenny and Screech, the full thing. I know that there are multiple songs, but we're doing the full thing, the full video on Ren's channel today. So the link to the video that we're reacting to will be in the comments of this video. And yeah, thank you guys for this recommendation. It's probably my most commonly recommended one, so I figured it was time to jump right into it. One thing I did want to say before we start, I do know that sometimes the video gets a little bit choppy in the bottom here when we're watching it. My recording is fine. It's the video screen share. That's just due to my computer. It's not the best computer in the world, you know? Those cost a lot of money. And we're just getting started. So as soon as I get my computer upgraded, that will be better. But the audio is just fine. So no worries there. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it, okay? Let me go ahead and get this full screened. This is The Tale of Jenny and Screech by Ren. Oh man, I am so very excited about this. Let's go ahead and let's hop in. He's making his voice kind of sound like a trumpet almost.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame?
Interesting. So we're starting off with this woman named Jenny, who obviously the title is The Tale of Jenny and Screech, and she's walking on this dark and dreary night. He's doing a really good job of setting the tone already with the solo guitar, with the trumpet sounds he's making with his mouth. It kind of sounds not eerie but almost whimsical. But the setting of the video itself, it is kind of an eerie alleyway, you know, very grungy, very gritty. And so I'm interested to see where this goes, because he says she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? And it's like, you know, that's relatable. I think we've all, you know, if you're walking home from work and you're not too happy with your 9 to 5, or even driving home from work and you've driven those same streets multiple times over the years, and you just want to get out of that situation. You want to better your life somehow, but you feel like you're kind of stuck. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of a relatable concept from the start. I'm liking where this is heading.
She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there was this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old, and out of his brain he'd been smoking ganja with the boys.
His guitar playing switched when he starts talking about this guy James, who I assume is probably going to be Screech. The guitar playing became more aggressive, more antsy, more, you know, he's using full chords as opposed to just the single notes and stuff like that he was kind of utilizing with the very beginning of it. And I think that it's adding this intensity because Screech is going to be a more intense, maybe angry, maybe kind of crazy character, possibly. I'm not sure.
He was 14 years old, and out of his brain he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul.
Yeah.
Then he walked home.
The devil had set his sights on his soul. That's kind of a deep line, because he's saying, like, you know, he'd been smoking ganja. What is ganja? That's marijuana. What is marijuana? It's known as the devil's lettuce. You know, so he kind of uses that to tie it into that devil line. And then his mates called him Screech. Now, what is a screech? A screech is like a scream. Is something that is painful to your ear when you listen to it. It's loud, it's aggressive, and the guitar playing while Ren is talking about this is kind of synonymous with that idea. And his voice, even his voice kind of breaks a few times when he's saying those lines, kind of leading. It's not like his voice is actually screeching because it's still very pretty, but it is almost like he's screeching a little bit behind his lyrics, and I like, not behind his lyrics, but with his lyrics, and I like what he's doing there. It's kind of painting a really solid picture of Screech. I have two different images in my head of this girl Jenny and this guy James, or Screech.
14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens.
So she's got this feeling that there's something eerie in the air, and he brings it back. So he had just talked about the devil, and when he was talking about Screech, and now he's talking about a divine intervention telling her to beware. It's almost like this fight between good and evil, almost like God versus the devil, maybe. And I'm not a super religious person or anything like that, but I mean, it seems to me like there is this theme of good and evil in a lot of Ren's music, and so it's possible that he's playing on that. He says a divine intervention telling her to beware, and the devil's got his sights on Screech's soul, so maybe God is looking at Jenny and saying, "Hey, be careful, you're in danger." You know what I mean? That's kind of a cool way of tying those two things together. And she says, or maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Like it's basically the same thing as the divine intervention telling her to beware. All right.
Telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance with the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me?
So I like that they met. I mean, I assumed that they were going to meet. I kind of figured that was what was going to happen, but so Screech is robbing her. Okay. All right. So that's good to know. And his body language changes as soon as he becomes Screech. He again gets a lot more rigid, and his guitar playing becomes more, whereas with Jenny, it was a lot more melancholy. You know what I mean? And melodious. And then now it's just aggressive guitars, and he's frowning, and his voice again breaks, and he's screeching again. I mean, maybe that's why he named the character Screech. I don't know. I'm sure that there's probably a deeper meaning than just that, but very interesting.
Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free.
Ooh, I do like that he says, if you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. Because in the beginning, he when he was talking about Jenny in the intro, he kind of is like saying that she wants to escape. Is he leading towards maybe she does end up escaping, but not in the way that she initially wanted to escape? Maybe this takes a super dark turn? ? I don't know.
Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Fear like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to...
Fear like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. So she's basically frozen on the spot with fear, right? She's frozen. So like imagine, liquid nitrogen becomes a liquid, or nitrogen becomes a liquid at like negative 190 something degrees, I think, Celsius, maybe? Something super, super cold is when liquid nitrogen becomes liquid, right? Or when nitrogen becomes liquid. So imagine all of the blood in your body is replaced with this liquid nitrogen, and you're just like standing there frozen, literally frozen, because your body is just cold, you know, and you've turned this ghostly white. And I like the imagery he displays there.
Like a lady shakes stalactite, feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What?
Oh, I wonder if in high-heeled shoes, I wonder, now there's a possibility here that maybe she's a sex worker. Maybe I know that she's walking alone on this dark night, and she's walked the same street 1,000 times before. Is it possible that she's like a sex worker or a prostitute or something like that, because she's walked this same road so many nights before and she's trying to escape from this lifestyle that she is living in? And you know, and prostitutes do, I mean, a lot of times they'll have a lot of cash on them, you know, depending on if they've, you know, dispensed the cash to their, you know, handler or not. And so they would be a prime target for somebody to mug. That's an interesting thought. I don't know. It obviously, she doesn't have to be a sex worker or anything like that. That's just, I don't know. The high heels kind of gave me that idea. And in the beginning, she was dragging her feet too. Right? It said that she was dragging her feet. Hold on. I have the lyrics over here, and I'm kind of following along as we go. Yeah, she was dragging her feet in the beginning, and she's wearing high heels. That's got to be tough. You got to have had a really rough day to be dragging your heels. That'd be tough to drag your feet when you're wearing high heels.
The hell you playing now?
Oh, here.
Tight, feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing now? You playing games with me?
It's interesting that he's looking away from the camera a lot when he's Jenny, or when he's talking about Jenny. And then when he becomes Screech, or starts talking as Screech, he's staring directly at the camera. It's like he's very in your face about it, whereas Jenny's a lot more timid and kind of scared. Almost like scared. He's like almost scared of staring at the camera. I might have missed where he looked at the camera as Jenny before, but it doesn't seem like he does it that often from what I'm seeing. I'll kind of pay attention a little more.
As a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing now? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
Oh, wow, that's kind of crazy. Screech didn't even give her a chance to respond or do anything. And, like, keep in mind, she's frozen with fear at this point, right? And Screech just, he says the first part. She doesn't react. She's frozen in place. And he's like, what the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? Like, Screech doesn't even realize that how scared she is. It seems like Screech had nothing on his mind except for killing her, is what it seemed like. Or maybe he was just panicking and he hadn't mugged anyone before, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. He probably had. I think earlier it said that he had mugged people before, but maybe he was panicking, or maybe he just had it in his head that he's going to kill her. Maybe that's what his intention was fully.
Chest and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
And so she's dead now, I'm assuming.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep.
Oh.
Well, she knew this time.
That's interesting, because in the beginning, wasn't she looking for somewhere to sleep? Yeah, she was heading back home to sleep, and it looks like she found somewhere to sleep that wasn't home. So I guess Jenny did die from getting stabbed there. Huh.
She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked here about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped.
Yes, she did escape. Okay.
It's such a shame.
That was pretty. It was sad, but it was pretty. That was very interesting. That was very, very interesting. So it's obviously the tale of Jenny. It's the end of Jenny's life. It's when she ends up passing away. And Wow. So I really, really liked that section of the song. That was very, very good. It was almost like a spoken word poem. It had rhymes and stuff like that, of course, but like the intro and outro of that were more of like a spoken word poem with the guitar behind it than they were like an actual rap song, so to speak, or anything like that. So I like what he did with that. It's a tragic story. He did a very good job of painting the picture. He did a great job of getting into just the right amount of imagery, and he was very poetic with his language during it. It wasn't very direct. There's a lot of room for interpretation on the things that he's saying inside of it. All right. Now we're into Screech. His guitar playing is so angelic. I thought it might get antsy. Who's Samuel? Let me know in the comments.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben.
I like the change in guitar that happened during this intro already. In the beginning, it's a little bit melodious, and then it's antsy and fast, and it almost reminds me of the like do 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 do. I can't do it, but it reminds me of this evil song sample that I heard recently, and it's very antsy and angry, and then when he starts singing, it kind of goes to this more storytelling, kind of bouncy, plucky. He's plucking the strings, kind of. I don't know. It's cool. I like how we transition between those three things.
Poor Jenny,
and his voice.
Clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow.
Wow, so that's a very theatrical way of singing there. So like a lot of artists that aren't in theater will sing and they won't over-enunciate their syllables and things like that. But in theater, a common technique when you're singing is to over-enunciate a lot of your syllables and kind of drag out some of the enunciation. And he did that right there, and I like that because this is a theatrical experience, what he's doing right now. He's putting on that performance, but the story, it really fits with the story because it's kind of how almost a eerie, dark musical would sound with the way that he's singing that. That's very cool.
Night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more.
Wow. I like that he knocks on the guitar there. That's cool. And then so Screech has now gone from being frantically angry and killing Jenny to now he's panicking. So that leads into what I was saying earlier. I think that he did panic. I don't think that he was going out of he didn't start the night thinking, I'm going to kill this chick. He panicked and it just happened. And now he's like, shit. What do I do? And he's going to his buddy's house and he's like, Patrick, open the door, please open the door. And he's scared. Now he's terrified. Now the fear has transferred from Jenny through the knife into Screech. And now Screech has liquid nitrogen in his veins.
On on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on man, I can't knock no more.
And his voice is very
But
frantic
Screech
there.
kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away.
Ah, that line was cool. I had to reread it to make sure I heard it right. It's no refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate have something far more sinister in mind that does await. So he doesn't have a place to go. You know how Jenny was trying to go home and she never was able to get there because Screech killed her, and now Screech doesn't have anywhere to go. That's ironic. And the hands of fate, the bitter hands of fate, have something far more sinister in mind that does await. So there's no refuge for Screech. And that's going to lead him into something that happens, and it's not going to be pretty. Huh. Ooh, his frantic breathing. Who's he calling?
Hey, babe, are you in? No, nothing really. I'm just a bit tired. Listen, can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy?
Wow.
You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
So, Screech is obviously very, very quick to anger. Obviously has an abusive personality already. It's not a surprise that he was so quick to kill Jenny if he can flip the switch like that fast. Granted, he's in a very tough spot right now, and his emotions are all over the place, I'm sure, but still.
I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night.
The sirens are back.
Shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who said.
So he is in this super frantic state of mind, and his ego is keeping him from backing down from that fight and continuing to run. He's turning around. It's almost brave. It's almost brave that he's doing this, but I don't know if it's bravery or just anger taking control. Anger and ego taking control and pride getting in the way of it. He goes, these aren't your fucking streets. These are my fucking streets, and my name is Screech. You know what I mean? And he's screeching it. He's screaming it at the top of his lungs.
Streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who said that's 6 foot 3. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
That anxious chord that he just played there, it's like I think it was a diminished chord. I could be wrong there, but he played it so out of tune from the rest of the song. It adds this terrifying sound to it. It's or maybe it could have just been him playing just the guitar without the chord. I'm not sure what he did there, to be honest. But the tensity that it added to it, the tension that it added to it was incredible. And now this cop has shot Screech. And he when he's kind of giving it from, I think Richard was the name of the officer. When he's giving it from Richard's perspective, it's this crazy fucking dude running at him with a knife, and the guitar is going crazy, and it's painting this crazy picture and creating this crazy emotion inside of the listener. And now Screech just got shot. I mean, he deserved it, but.
Time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Those were the shots. Wow. I like what he did there. That was cool.
Story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
How are we only halfway done with this? What else does he have? Because that was Screech, that was Jenny. They're both dead. Wow. I love that repeating bass note that he's letting slap against the guitar. Who's Violet? So he's in a hospital. He's in a hospital. He's looking around very scared, and now this is Violet's tale. I wonder who Violet is. Is it a kid? Is it Jenny's kid? Screech's kid? No, they're young, I think. I think those two were young. Maybe it's their parent? I love his ooze here and his facial expression. And he's rocking back and forth.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
He's so good at changing up the emotions for a second and just creating a storyboard in a song. And he almost like sighs there, like he's got to prepare himself for what he's about to talk about. Huh. Yeah, it's totally a sigh, like he has to prepare himself and get ready for what this story says.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 6.
I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Wow, every night he took her tight but never left the room. Okay. All right, we all know what that means.
16.
Sorry, guys.
Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight, but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark.
I was just about to say a lot of victims of parental abuse often find themselves in similar situations with their spouses, and it sounds like that's what's happening with Violet. Is she found somebody who was very charming at first, and for instance, my own father was that way with my mother at first. Very charming, very cool, very just the dreamiest guy on the planet. And then it turned out that wasn't very much so the case. You know what I mean? And so it's interesting that she was dealing with her dad, and she'd been violated by her father. And maybe that's why her name's Violet. Interesting. But violated by her father, and she grows up and she meets somebody who's super charming, but oftentimes people who are abusive are very good at picking up on people who can be easily manipulated because of their previous traumas. And that sounds like what has happened here.
History repeats itself. He paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance.
The devil's back.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent.
The camera there was so good. It was like he had actually peeled our eyelids open. He's opening our eyes to the world of Violet right now. And he's opening our eyes to not just the world of Violet, but on a broader scale, he's opening our eyes to what goes on behind closed doors in situations of abuse and of both physical and sexual and mental abuse.
Why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone.
I like that he used that metaphor there. He goes, that's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot, because, nobody survives a plane crash. You know what I mean? That it is one of the hardest hitting impacts that happens on planet Earth besides an actual meteor. You know what I mean? And so the fists to Violet feel like getting hit by a plane falling out of the sky, not just physically, but also mentally. Huh. Thank you guys for recommending this. Seriously. This is a great
things turn violent.
Story.
That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick-knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached, fist connect.
Knick-knack, paddywhack. He brings it to this childish, innocent nursery rhyme, Knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a bone, and is the nursery rhyme, and it's like kind of playing off of this childish innocence while also talking about knick-knack, paddywhack. You know what I mean? Like it's got so many different layers to it, and it's because Jenny and Screech were basically children. And now it's bringing this nursery rhyme into Violet, who's grown up now a little bit, and she's being abused and in this really dark situation, but he adds this eerie innocence to it with that line.
Bone crack, knick-knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached, fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say some.
His lack of guitar here makes this even more dramatic, which is ironic because you'd think more intense guitar would have made and it would have if he had played the super intense guitar right here at what is basically the climax of this project. It would have had a similar effect, but I think taking out the guitar really just brings your attention to his vocals and what he's saying and what he's talking about.
Violet, silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait, Say something, Violet. Not one word, she stays quiet. London city, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, "If I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive." The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London city, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins are lying side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Well, I wasn't fucking expecting that. I was kind of wondering what Violet had to do with Jenny and Screech. I mean, it was a story of abuse and a tragedy in the streets of London, and that was similar, but I did not expect it to take that turn. As soon as he said that she was pregnant, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What a tragic story. Wow. And it sheds light on domestic abuse. It shines light on street crime. It shines light on the dangers of being a woman alone in the night. It shines on it shines on the importance of mental health. Wow. Just wow. That I'm speechless. I am never speechless. I talk a lot. That was incredible. Shout out to Ren for making something so fluid, and the twist ending there. I usually see stuff coming, but that hit me like a sack of bricks, dude. Wow. Well, I got a lot to think about. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please smash that like button. Smash the living shit out of it. If you've stuck around this long in the video, I know this is a 37-minute video, 38-minute video, maybe 39 by the time we're done. But if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm really happy I waited till my birthday to fucking get my heart torn out of my chest by Ren again. But seriously, if you guys enjoyed the reaction, man, and the analysis, it was basically an analysis as well as a blind reaction. The subscribe button will be popping up right here. I will link, I did just drop a song last night of my own music, so if you do want to check it out, feel free. That'll be popping up right here. It's called Good Morning. But yeah, man, shout out to Ren. Always fucking me up, man. Always fucking me up, bro. Incredible. Simply incredible. Well, all right, guys. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you vibe. Peace, love, prosperity, all that Spock shit, my friends. Stay blessed. End recording.